welcome to or welcome back to Amandasaur Art. My name is Amanda and I like dinosaurs and art. Today we are working on a Brachiosaurus drawing, and you'll see here that I'm starting out with my usual red messy layer sketch. I am using the 6B pencil on my Procreate app on my iPad, and I'm just messily sketching out how I'm wanting my Brachiosaurus to look. The reason I do a messy sketch layer is so I can lay out everything how I want and I don't have to worry about it being perfect right off the bat. I like to loosely sketch things in just so I can later on know where they're supposed to go and refine those details a little bit more. I also draw my dinosaurs, or really anything I draw on my iPad, smaller in my red sketch layer than I want it to be in the final piece, because this way I have more room to play around with the look. When I go to resize it using the red layer, it will distort some of the pixels I found, and so I always try to do that with the messy layer first instead of doing it later on with one of my more refined things, because then I lose some of that detail. Here I haven't worked on any major details, so if I lose a little bit, it's okay. The red layer can then be shaped to the size I'm looking for, and then from there I can refine from that and then refine again. And so now you'll see that I have a blue layer that refined everything a little bit more underneath or over top of my red layer. I skipped videotaping that because it's literally me just tracing over everything in blue, refining it a little bit more, trying to make it look a little bit more pretty. And then from there I use my black pencil to finish up my drawing. I personally like to start with the eyes. I always find that they are the focal point of pretty much any drawing, so I like to start there and then build from that. So you'll see me doing that here with the eyes. I like to try to get them mostly finished. Sometimes I'll go back later and fix them up if they need to be fixed up. I'm also one of those artists that likes to bounce around a lot with my drawings, so I won't stick in one spot longer than I need to be. I'll just bounce around until I get my finished product. I can't finish one thing and then move on to the next thing, complete that completely. I have to bounce around to make sure my drawing always stays balanced. The way I do my dinosaurs is I use the same technique as if you were using a regular pencil and you tilted it on its side a little bit and you got all that lead to come out. You can kind of see that behind my sketcherly marks, and so that's how I get a nice base to build from there. It's like a little mid-tone section, and I like to build off of that, and so that's what I usually start with, and then I do my little cross-hatching motions on top of that. Sometimes I won't start that way. It kind of just goes how I'm feeling, what I think is going to look best, or I'll try a million times and then finally end up doing that, and then that's what ends up happening. You know, I just play it by ear, play it by how I think I'm going to go about it. But that's one of my techniques to get a nice dinosaur-y type look. You'll also notice I am doing a lot of outlining in black pencil for this. Some people will tell you not to outline. That's totally up to you if you don't want to outline and you just want to shade everything perfectly. I'm not going for anything in particular. I'm kind of just doing my own thing, and so I'm outlining my dinosaur a little bit just to give it that nice stability. I'm going for a more drawerly, is that a word, drawerly? I don't know, drawerly type style. It's just a sketchy look. Nothing refined, nothing fancy, just a regular old dinosaur drawing, I guess. Oh boy, the thing I struggled with most on this dinosaur has to be the neck, which is why later on you'll see that I didn't finish it. There is a reason I didn't finish it. I wasn't having as much fun drawing the neck. There was all these ripples and all this different shading, and I guess that could be fun for some people, but for me it just wasn't what I was excited for when I was drawing the Brachiosaurus. I think I was just excited for the face area. The neck just so happened to be a part of the drawing too, and I was not happy about it, but I still worked on it. And you could tell that towards the end I really wasn't wanting to draw the neck. I bounced back to the mouth for a little bit. I bounced everywhere else because I just didn't want to work on it. And I know how important it is to draw every aspect of your drawing to the best of your ability, because that's what you want. You want your drawing to be the best of your ability. And so even though I wasn't happy working on it, I still tried to put my best foot forward. And then I didn't give up. I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna just like have it be an unfinished neck, because that could be a cute little style. Kind of have that going on with some of my other dinosaurs I've drawn recently, so let's do that. And so that's what I did, and I'm okay with that. I wasn't trying to work on my Brachiosaurus drawing skills, even though I really don't draw them. I was just trying to draw a drawing for fun. So if I was working on trying to hone in on drawing a Brachiosaurus, learning more about it and what it looks like, shapes and all that people, are creating for them, I would definitely spend more time on the neck. That's not what I'm going for. I'm just going to have some fun and draw a fun dinosaur. I didn't know what I wanted to do with the Brachiosaurus. The first dinosaur drawing I did on my iPad, I was so happy with. It was the Tyrannosaurus Rex drawing, and I was so happy with how that came out. I loved every bit of it, and I wanted to recreate that, but at the same time I was really happy with my last few dinosaur drawings, and people seemed to really like my colored dinosaur ones, so I also wanted to do that. And so I was struggling with knowing which direction to go with my Brachiosaurus, and I ended up kind of doing both, but I think in the end it leaned way more towards that initial T-Rex that I drew in simple black and white. I tried adding color. You'll see at the end that I did try adding color like the other ones. It just wasn't fitting. It just didn't seem right for this guy, so I just let it be. And that's what I want to encourage everybody to do, is if you're able to just experiment and try different things, see what works best for your art, to try different things and see what works best for your art. I think it's easiest on my iPad to be a little bit more experimental and not have the end goal, or you don't have to plan out as much when it comes to drawing on the iPad, because you can undo, you can try different things, and if it doesn't turn out, you can just hit undo. All that makes it so much easier to experiment with. Classic pen and pencil and all that, you kind of have to plan it out a lot more. And so that's that's kind of a con when it comes to traditional drawing. Not saying that that's a bad thing. That's how I used to do all my art, was traditionally, and I loved that feeling of the pen and paper and all that goodness, but I'm definitely loving drawing on my iPad because I definitely get a lot more of that freedom in experimenting, playing around with different things, and so that's what I like about my iPad drawings, is I have a little bit more freedom to explore. I've been really enjoying making videos for YouTube, and I've been wanting to do more than just my traditional drawings and all that, and work at my art table a little bit more. So with that said, I got a little tripod for my phone so I can record while I'm at my art table. And so this last little bit of footage is actually me sitting at my art table to draw the drawing and finish it up, which I think is so cool and exciting, and I'm happy to do this. It's going to take a little bit of work to get it to be exactly how I wanted it to be. I had to have my brother help me set it up today to get it just right, but I think it came out pretty good for a first attempt at videotaping downwards on my art. It's a little slanted, as you can see, but that's okay. It's just to show you my hands while I do the art and what I'm doing and all that good stuff. And so I hope you guys like it. Let me know if you like this type of view of drawing. I know I prefer it when I'm watching YouTube videos, seeing the hands and all that in motion, but I know that some people like it the other way, so I just want to know what you guys like. Here is where you can see me adding the color to my dinosaur. I played around with it, was not happy with it, and so that's what happened there. I think it's time to do a little shameless self-promo, if that's okay. So my shameless self-promo is, you can find this drawing along with a lot of my other stuff on Redbubble, and you can get a lot of cool things like with my drawings and all that on there. And so if you're interested in maybe a shirt or a phone case or a journal with one of my many dinosaurs, please check out my Redbubble. I will have a link to my shop in the description below. I also like that me and my brother spent a lot of time trying to get this tripod to sit properly and be out of frame. And to us, it was out of frame, and we're like, cool, we did it. And now I'm watching the footage back and I'm like, oh, there's the foot sitting right there in frame. So we're gonna work on it. We're gonna make this work. But please enjoy my little tripod. Yes, love that. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for all the love and support you guys have been showing me. I'm really happy with uploading. It's actually kind of fun to do this process. It's another creative outlet for me, and I'm really enjoying it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Please stay safe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!